Okuman Global Sports, Ejadem. Okuman Global Sports.
Definitely, because we started on a very high note. Definitely, because we started on a very high note. But you see, injuries or suspension just gave us some little break. But I'm telling you, second round, RTU is coming back stronger and stronger and stronger because you see Abagna and other colleagues will be coming back strongly. So just hope for a better second round. Yeah.
Oh, Miss Nara, you Ohima won great. Give minimum no a top game. Okay. Because Ghana feel your chances to play. Today he has a ball to play South Africa. But because they play like that, honestly, normal. Some are very look at Jordan so yes.
Oh, actually, game no or a crucial game. Now that Ghana will win but they work for the next stage. Into no much more thing no there. Why as in Queen's and it's way too many years and after that.
Hi, this is Chris Hewton, the technical advisor to the Black Stars. As part of the build-up, I would like to urge Ghanaians to remain calm and positive about the team because we strongly believe we have the quality, desire and hunger to achieve the results that we want. It is our aim to qualify for the Qatar World Cup and we all have a duty to make that dream a reality. Ghana have done it before and we can guarantee you that everybody associated with the Black Stars wants this opportunity again to perform on a world stage. This moment presents an opportunity to write history and we are all committed to it, from the players, the technical staff, the Ghana Football Association and the government. We value your support. We are Ghana and we are ready.
Scott, I say, no, any big changes in the squad. No, somebody bought two, Magna, one, FIFA, you know, she said he was going to maintain the same team. But then there were 5 local players, Oh, it is for now, no. I don't have any say why he's a coach on the ground. I don't know who, because I had Chelsea, and you're influence, you know. It's all I can do. Let's go by what you say.
Okay, in the first place, I would want to take this opportunity once again to commend the technical team and also to commend whoever mooted that idea for us to come up with that arrangement. I say it was an arrangement that came out of a compromise, but in life, sometimes out of some situations, you come up with something good. We see. Eventually, we decided to merge the two, and it was a wonderful idea. It went very well. I would want the same arrangement and the same structure to continue, even though the dynamics involved in playing 2 matches, home and away, totally different from playing in a tournament. They are totally different. But then I would want to say, if
how well do you think the Black Stars will perform once they get to Qatar?
I think they'll perform well. The new coach of Ghana has done a good job, especially in mobilizing some of the younger, if you like, unknown, quote, untried players, but clearly gifted and talented. And I think that these competitions, usually when you go there with people who are hungry to make a name for themselves, to prove themselves, you're probably in a good space.
And do you think they'll be spurred by the fact that in their group they've got Portugal, South Korea and Uruguay? We all know the history between Ghana and Uruguay in 2010.
This afternoon our mission is simple. The head coach of the Black Stars, Mr. Milovan Raivac, is here to announce the squad for Ghana's participation in the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. I would like to run through the program.
Nissim was our #1 goalkeeper, the most reliable pair of hands, and also he was doing very, very well. Players felt very, very comfortable with him. But injury is part of the game. But we thank God that he's back. And for me, once a soldier, always a soldier. We share Richard Ofori and his, exploits. The sense that when he went to injury, we monitored him and we saw how his recovery, the way they took care of him, and it was great. And his rehabilitation was fantastic. He's a professional team, and I honestly say he's a professional player. And I think that the process has been very, 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 very good. It is not his career the difficult aspect. When you say
I have told you, Paul, the problem with Ghana's football coaching is only an aspect. We have the dynamics of the team itself, the players, and this juju pit is not something that you can push away. And also because the juju thing pushes a lot of good players away from Ghana. Because at the end of the day, even if you have an excellent coach, he's not the one who's going to put the ball in the net. If the players don't want to play, they wouldn't play. And that's it. And if the players wake up in the night and they are being disturbed by a malam, they will not play. That's a fact, and it disrupts the chemistry in the team. And as I say,
is that true? This Malam thing in the competition.
Go and find out. You know it's true. Of course, you know it's true. Why you didn't?
No, I didn't see the Malam. I've heard the story.
Well, you go and find out. Ask these things. You know.
Why does the Malam make noise at dawn?
You go and find out where he makes the noise. You talk to people; they will tell you.
Noise in the hotel.
Well, go and find out because you will get the facts. The point is, we've had psychological problems with the team. That was documented in 2013 after the Cup of Nations.
Yes.
The Juju thing was written in black and white. We've not solved it. If we don't, it's going to hurt us. And as I said, it's pushing some good players away from the team.
Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. From the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Origin. inside Okuma 97.1 on the 15th day of November 2023. Yes, Yatanasi. Akuriamun Samne no Payere Pam. El Shobranana says Simam Eduno and so about Panundu. 27 minutes past the hour of 10. Yaba Nayapa and Sama would do a coach Bramai. Oh, Akuriamun and Nanopa Yansieri Epa. The title Nina agent the Black Stars of Ghana SO. If you had a World Cup qualifier against Madagascar, Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Yes, Naya Fair to Mako at the Aquarium. And I say a quadridia firebo at the Braka. The Bewromania San Seminole place and I touch it down. Well, Kumasi. And Sierra team in preparation, send it and training back also behind closed doors. A China press conference and now the technical team of the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana, and so that in Samaudo at me Ediaba. The entire place and be end to me and Mambisia kind. And the entire yes, I replace your more. Then I'm paying for the moon to remove a banyambo China. Nothing to the Fiada. 4 p.m. Ghana time. Game and Gasa to me, Ashishaso. Get a live commentary ever bro on Okuma 97.1. And I'm in Okasei Solomon Paidu, the writer commentator. Ever shown up Pimu Kumasana Friday, and so the live commentary about Tuesday, Ghana Baku Pimu out Comoros. Nothing so the second game net match so and also a World Cup qualifier. Then I had a live commentary bro to Mary so. And say Fiada, yes, if Fiada by and I feel so the next week Tuesday, Ghana games and a live commentary about Elfia. Then I say Kasenko Mfa Emma a year Betway. Betway also for the love of the game. Betwa Daroma, Yedi Jumedian Epa, Sansona, a year Tontina 74, T74, or say the immune food. Rooney's bookshop and stationery, or see books in your top 15, just so say textbooks, exercise books, teachers, notebooks, A4 sheet diaries, Bibles, and offense from a dictionary. Square in the Akika on your baby Pimo, yeah, Rooney's bookshop and stationery. On Saweka Rooney's Amanfo, Akuapem, a year police station on Twumhene, and in one man, and Rooney's bookshop. Frena Fesukoto Books 0249219599 0249219599 0243946483 0243946483. Na drinker ne agent samba ewa Ghana hani we are suffering and so any Bell Ice drinks. Bell Ice drinks. Anyone drinks are agent samba ukruma. And say so your engagement or your party be worry me a yempona your boys girls and my church ya. Over to 2 billion one Bell Ice drinks. Your Bell Cola. Na Bell Cola and this squeeze orange and yet do I want to say echelepa abba. Now let me off your general water kakra and also general buyer be a yatia. Now Jenny a year Bell Cola a cello banner team fifra. When you been finding out quadro. Oh, bonnet now the minute guna no I was hey. Bell Cola or Bell Squeeze Orange. Fruit cocktail no so ho. Yo a year Bell Ice Lemon Pineapple and a fence on orange. Na media me pena enso ne Bell Ice vodka mix and all. Aba ubu poppy and say me pomfia na me do fia na bu poppy. Once I want in a bounce yes. Dance na your whiskey cola. You know no man no super wow. We product if you pelaka almost ready about. Grandma shop will be on Sabeka Bell Ice Drinks. If you know about Bonani Yama Concani Amao. Samsung yellow my Vista IPS. Asimin kancho sending korai babe ko suku ye babe odaji. Omprese suku unsam ebe how agent dia mamin come follow my Vista IPS fama. Secondary school courses sitting in your ma say general science, general arts, business, visual arts, home economics. In so no my Vista IPS ya wana so ye. Fan vocational and afin so technical courses and also ye. A teacher for na ben wa daje ni abotre. Omo chen korana tena sa chiro ma dia na afin so no pass it ya come him. Wa control was yamfa. Over so san control remedial so no. Mamin come for yellow my Vista IPS and so no mfama. Remedial classes and penny for the FM nothing so control remedial na wa pass it. Amu penny suku amu cry 100% passing rates. So by a rest assured say what bank query obeying obe passing. Loma Vista IPS. Come for the amount. Brana better phones 150 cities. Ubo command radio front desk Sabenya B. Samsung ko school no ensona kacha Sabeka. Ewa Manfia Akuapem. No money police station no enchen on ma. And our friend penny for 0240 206 368 0240 206 368 and 0246 246 875 0246 246 875. Loma Vista IPS or see educates, challenge and inspire. Omo crime man na pioneering sama wodo na ba. Executive producer era eye kwaku boache boating. Sansona Nana Kofi Okoriajiman Gideon into Solomon Paydu the writer commentator K Brown Okopiemo Antono ye MCR DJ Zigibi and our friend Sono ye DJ Wada. I pay me by now whether I trust our corn and again. Yes, I've missed when I coming home. I say, hey, young Kofi. Young coffee, why don't you catch a baby girl and say, oh, my Christmas, and the cano. How's the activities for? Baby, I'm paying for break here, baby, at 24 for now, no car, 25, 26. Now, chat 27, 28. Oba near Kwana, bar near breaking baby at 30th and not 31st be near Kwana about head. I think I catch a baby girl, say, you want yes, I had it here. My baby, one day, 2 days now, passion was ever. Until DJ what and so on, John Zeta actually. I'm a Jumadian what me so John McFadden. And I feel so no Tamia. Everybody now, no Damia kill be in a year. I was here, your love for no family. Okay, say no, and number, and I will quite a Mekao and Wednesday. Let's let Mamma Frame Munyai, more reduce him, preference, Maza. Ghana give no a Friday to move from Munyai. 4 p.m. Why? Mamintia, a blue man, Mr. Blue, and Mepa, and I'll send me back. I'm wishing him in my yeah. The blue man in Chaka send come from out. Only copy the papa. It's a woman, pure show Musumuti. Copy the baba. I face Sister Anita and so now Pentecost opposite pair. On the radio, no, so bitch in Paddy through. I just say, send me a radio, no, 97.1. You said Christmas, you said, I could channel, that's it. Sister Anita on the back, that's why I go. I go to Saka radio, no business show. It's in Mamichi, I go, and then I mean, Sister Anita. Bibia utie show no utie Okuma 97.1 no penchi confirm Facebook for no means to me chamo. Moi ready me hu nana Kofi free. Facebook for no mon like page no mon like page no yan kuanim. Na fence no mon share link no share the link. Na yan call. An exclusive spa na me ba. And some koso enso no awaye Kumasi. And some koso Kumasi nti na ze mute no yan kuanim. And in some Kumasi team na touch it down. And then come out do be free odi aba. Eric Kelvin and Pontendi, you call me a kid, a boss player, alongside Solomon Paydu, the writer commentator, and Cheba Connery, man, and then come up. Nah, yeah, but yet to me, European Championship, no qualifies, no matches, and then Africa, young Sweden qualifies, and qualifies. Yes, and in about 5 centers. And also, you will run in common. Let me the free about. And Tiano no Tino, Yanchin Chanso, Yabeko, nothing Sonaman and Como, Yansiaba.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in.
Manen komo enanopa yemfan tuja ensono emfama ye korma minka se piwa kifo drum apa no so na po etu yare ase ensono atumi yare firu anwa ene 3p garlic mixture eno me kamfo ade amount se ekura 100% garlic extract in the yasan ede natural plant juice ede awono inti mineral sana finsono vitamin tenom atomu ema eno so be bo na finsono sa yare ede amount e boost immune system no sounds na mo amoja broso high blood pressure how no unya 3p garlic mixture bia eno so be bo na finsono regulating yama mensono ede amount menstrual pains menstrual disorders oba mema yemfa onye calendar enso na ofie na se okwa afichira no bia tonka obi ehun se bosom na so unya 3p garlic mixture bia eno nso no bonamness onsa ene onan ayetiti moya no nchera ndi mu afrisane ye bopo adroi bi na eno nso moa na finso moja ndi mu afrisane ye obesity na se sra dedo ni pedua no wa ekese utu nan krentu otena fa kwa aje do ntwere be miensa je ansa na obetumi anante unya 3p garlic mixture bia eno nso bo na nesra de no atwetwen amani amanso atuma kama enso no ade ama onipadua no stroke asthma ana fenso no stress aye bloated stomach and from ejina ujama mama yefunu no ayekutu unya 3p garlic mixture bia enso be bema no prostate no enso no watochema enti ojonso anemu apa mi no ojonso abechema ansa ebeba nso na esemu ya ukamaje ni nyina nchara emwasa unya 3p garlic mixture bia enso bo na fenso no atuase enso no atumi ere free ho enso no atumi ere ma bobo bi na fenso no mama yo enso no entumi enkonkonenim edo no pebia to uwura mo angel heba won kran sabe ka sanso na ngene no martina enso na kenso akeba opposite enkule no uram na fenso man sanka 3p garlic mixture ni bi mo numbers no enso ni free piwa ka 0248928824 na 0201 000021 000021 na finso no ni piwa ke for any and common 3P Galmisano on Simon Sankabi Opre Company Semen Cancho say a panum quality durable and affordable engines there or no and Akuffo automobile engines in Opre Company Akuffo area pa and also a Barima car and Wardino and so to me Jan and so say Kia morning Daewoo Matis Chevrolet Spark and Finsono Kia Pongo on the engines in Opre Company and also the pa and also area pa driver Fontaine driver for more Musu Casa Autono Mumremo Opre Company na Finsom automobile engines no Monsomon Koto FM free na so yan on kwapana foam mattresses o be say high density Samsung and honeymoon mattresses and also no be on so no e na so ya unu nyina mo kwa wonsa ebeka makacha se enapa de ye entenya se obeda be sore na afenso wachiri dompe and also want touch my tante one na mattress papa so uremo Opre Company mattress papa no onso onsa ebeka fro pray 0244403090 0244403090 now so what to mean and eti en komo enso aye nom na fensoro e boy ni pedua no ma ye honam no enso tomato so na ene vena water and then so mekanfo edi ma so be no so dia ma and so no enye vena water na se niam konkai enso no entimi emfa emma enso no ewo ho na se munya ya na niam ya na yakua nimti and also no na se niam de dam am yetuma kontien kono fenso ma na nkomo no yemfa ni nyina enso no emfa nto so enso no emfa mamo ma me shas yemfa free the FIFA aye under 17 World Cup and also no ekoso mi wuramu na fenso no annual results so no metumi ni nyina ade atuja enso no atumi area ma onu ata Japan etna ma Argentina obasha economy ensa ama onu so timu baako England SMU no Iran enso timu baako Senegal na the pride of Africa Senegal na 17 no enso timi atna fi etimeche Poland SN economy makomako 9 ama onu so timu baako na 4-1 na niama konkan adama Senegal mine na Brazil enso atna fi etimeche kalom mako enkono 9 ama ne o my friend New Aye Caledonia enso no entumi ante na 9-0 ana Brazil na da almost to me say na ayefu pa Brazil wanya team afu obodi agumza yan table no say na group A after 2 matches no and Ecuador enso ekura 4 points Morocco etosumienu ekura 3 points Indonesia tosumienta ekura 2 ana afenso no Panama etosu ana onso no ekura 1 point group B no say na tie and also Spain under 17 edin after 2 matches omukura 6 points Mali etosumienu ekura 3 points miensa ayo Uzbekistan okura 3 ana afenso no Canada atoso na ya ono so no any point bia group C in England and so no ekura 2 and after 2 matches no ekura 6 points Brazil tosumi no ono so about 2 matches ekura 3 Iran tosumi and some about 2 matches ekura 3 points and after New Caledonia and so about 2 matches are only point bia group D no saying Senegal after 2 matches no and also at Africa ni mo qualify according him okura 6 points Argentina tosumi no ekura 3 Japan tosumi and some ekura 3 and 9 Poland and also no any points bia and so no ewo honoma yeri san komano and so no epa yentwa matches ni bia and no ekoso and so no under 17 a championship no way FIFA World Cup under 17 and also no let me ekoso na so far and pay matches no mienu asase dada ya 45 minutes we France 2 Estonia 0 France 2 Estonia 0 Romania 0 Norway and so 0 ya about 45 minutes and so we 12:30 we say Montenegro and our friends no man in the Czech Republic and about 4 p.m. Ghana time no Belgium and Gibraltar airport Portugal so 5 p.m. and also Albania about our friends no 7 p.m. Ghana time no or man in the Wales and our friends no Israel and so no let me the appoint into winning FIFA under 17 World Cup and also no kosua yeri sang komano enso no etimi area tuja enso no etimi area manesa uramodia Mexico enso no 2 Venezuela 2 nese US of A 2 Burkina Faso 0 entino nese Africa my ba ku kem na say US 2 Burkina Faso 2 saying Burkina 0 US 2 Burkina 0 ya bo 85 minutes and so honom na say France and so South Korea be New Zealand and Germany and so be born in 12 p.m. yeah and also come on young so yatumi area bana say European Championship no and also under 17 no and I mean 22 ja and so at the man say European under 17 no and on I 2 jam at the man Montenegro ni check be ball Samson Belgium and Gibraltar Portugal and Albania Wales and Israel be ball way a European under 17 qualification matches and also across France 2 Estonia 0 first half na bana yeah Romania 0 Norway and so 0 and all a Euro under 17 a championship qualification matches and also it me a course Euro under 19 qualification and also a course about 87 minutes Serbia 1 Andorra 0 Belarus 1 Greece and so 0 and about 45 minutes now Slovenia 0 Belgium 0 first half Ukraine 1 Malta and so 0 and also the first half now 11 a.m. yeah Cyprus and 19 and Georgia about Israel and Faroe Island and so about 11 a.m. 11:30 Armenia and Croatia Sansona at 12 p.m. no Italy and so in Liechtenstein about Bulgaria 12:30 and Scotland about 1 p.m. let's say Ireland and Albania about Spain and Moldova, Sansona, Tokai, and so a Lithuania, and so we're taking mine on, and also no Lithuania about Kosovo, and so Slovakia 1:30 Iceland, and Denmark 2 p.m. Azerbaijan 3 p.m. on also no Bosnia and Herzegovina. About 5 p.m. no France under 19 and so Estonia, Netherlands, and Luxembourg, and I think so Switzerland, and so Sweden, and so at Babonia, Yari San Common, and so to media by and so Euros, no 2024 no qualification matches, no about Kosovo and now 1 game better jar, a big game 7:45 for no there's a man Dean, and so no Eddie Israel, and so no Abatenafi, and so no Pancho Arena, there's also any Switzerland, Eddie boy, and there's Israel, and so Switzerland, Eddie boy, referee, and the Dean, and so Anthony Taylor from England on no call. Now, face what could this game no. And so no honor our bet to cash off for now the Guswa. There's a Yamaba con kind of amount. Say no, that will be a 60 billion. No, yeah, you try to say 60 billion and no BD. Yes, the Chroma where you try to say sorry, Ninty. Yeah, you be as I could buy for you, sorry, no. And also, I don't bet to cash off for no. Welcome for and so that media. Mobile people will be Brima and 4 matches and a to jump. And so, World Cup qualifiers in the more 1 p.m. every that's a Bayero Papa, Equatorial Guinea, and I feel so Namibia, Ebepo, 1 p.m. Cronano, and Rwanda, and Zimbabwe, Ebo, DR Congo, 4 p.m. and in Mauritania, and I feel so 7 p.m. no, Ethiopia, that's Emperor Haile Selassie, Nema Ethiopia, and so Sierra Leone, and so Bebonia, Yadi San Comono, and so Etimi Ediamao. And so to way African Championship, World Cup Championship, no, there's a qualification matches, no, and also let me to draw. Young son yet me area my team for international friendlies, no, and so because so and 7:45, no, Belgium and often so Serbia, and so at the point here, Yari San Common area mount, and also across our Ken a Boarding Stadium, El Brassoa, Yari San Common, and so Banes, bet to a Ziram, nothing so the side game winning, also and matches. In about you crab 102 about 200 matches in there and also no beto jan 2 room selected 10-15 beer now champ and no betway so nanyama kon kind amount akwano 40 Ghana and other tools so this 60 billion that's a 6 million Ghana city did the good bottom other say a haram say Muslim mutual bet haram what is 60 billion you be Simox Muslim former Kotrama by Anthony you ram nothing so no yacha and I quit him that's a good word of 6 billion no hey or you 10% to a good word to have your 6 billion and a good bottom at the fee Amanfo bet him ye try him as them we have da young call I feel quite of Kenya 60 billion what Kenya 100 billion what Kenya I emergency with Yahoo Chroma Mobwa Mopa Munyan tax no kra mo ye 90% tax kra no e be twa mo ye be for the kese no be for the love of the game and also no into the pathway or say for the love of the game kra mu a ya kwade nkoma wodo no enso no atimi area pa ye wuram na afensoro ya tumi tin nkoma wodo enso na wa manane na afensoro ya de ni aka no atimi to aso enso no atimi area ma mi wuram ade ya na mi wuramu enso no na wa ya Portugal kachi abrante de din enso no area ya jao pa hinha osina kan adama full Pobo Kona crowd anom na sabrante no 28 years ano no so atime di na brante ne den komo area ba se this season ono wo se niam nchara nkon kan emfama no Fulham ni nyina ne se aya abra August ne mu aya na adwo so be ko Bayern na mfa no affected papa se aka na adwo da wa na adwo na niam nchara watem kai me empowerment man ko Bayern e can be na man performance no and also enkon kan and sama kra ni tin na sa Brampton din and so the jaw pan here and so no atimi area to draw yan so no yatimi area ma yatie fo na common body free Manchester United akache yasi Abrantia former Barcelona defender and osina kanima OGC ni Abrantia friend ya Jean-Claude Tolipo Abrantia na sa Todibo common ba yasi ansha January Abrantia no ba kopiem Manchester United esan say United defense or central defense wono enyu papa eza ode kente konsuo no enyu ohwe Harry gwa ye partner no with Johnny Evans na enyu na Lindelof wallet back lala emfa it Manchester for their to just Abrantia Jean-Claude Todibo ancha January ono so be bana fin so be sia kan Manchester United bobokoro eno so no nkoma eno so no efru apa yere atutwa enso na dia mai tie for na Arsenal catch John McTie ya se utim Arsenal no antwa na musan ako wiema Saudi Arabia na fenso no Abrantia friend Ruben Neves Makofa na de fi Al Hilal Poboko no na medwun mente ono no sikanti no koyo na mokofa na ba no mo sika mo betua no Arsenal Abrantia ni Ruben Neves January you say like this Abrantia no ebe piemu Arsenal enso na kacha ne nkoma enso no atumi atotwa yanso no atumi ade amaye tie for enye fere koma mi nwura mu enso no Chelsea kacha ya Victor Osimhen no eno abere nkoma no de ma se likely sanja January Abrante any transfer no sambe shase ne nkoma no abe shase enso Chelsea kacha ne se Abrante odi muntinti mai no wada no agent middleman na Abrante former Chelsea player Mikel Obi ono no why no agent ono so no Victor Osimhen edin komo se masa bra Chelsea won say ni mo no and shara mfasa memfama Chelsea Nicholas Jackson no on shara anya out and out striker oba jire ni mabo 90 minutes Enzo Fernandez mo o me supply passes no style mo be juan dia mawo now so kam na de gu atrem ntene no ya se Mikel Obi meka kire ya Abrante for Victor Osimhen say anka be nanka January Abrante ne mra na afin so no o mesi akan enso no emfama Chelsea ne nkomo no sani anu so sifatia yanso no yare mai tie for nya fere koma mi wuramu enso na Bayern akachi ya CRK no Abrante no this season utwe goals a ngosana anu odina ne contract no yesi edi shemu sa Abrante no tumi se more than 40 goals in all competition tie on some man extra 250,000 euros a gun bottom already Abrante no oboko in less than 1 week about hat-trick and Wamians Abrante and Boko and him and you say likely say South clause somebody sign contract saying all competition or Abrante it means over 40 goals you have about 250,000 euros no and likely say Abrante and so say very November yenko December nko January na say ko February March April May June na say June so na season be and Abrante no betima say over 40 goals no and so na on say likely say Abrante Hurricane no South clause somebody said contract me up and say otumi say over 40 goals yeah be man of 250,000 euros e dey gunu botom no and so no betima say na nkoma and so no free up yan so no ye dey atoja yan so na dey ma tie for Raheem Sterling na kasa o say and so no and say Abrante friend Marcus Schwartz for their friend no ono Sterling yam friend no wadwa tie o se wadwa papa esan say nano da against Man City ojibo otwuram sa dan no asete frɛ coach mu na no coach Southgate etume Jan Power chire no ase lie enye lie bia wa dwa papa ntwetwanim ana coach Anidaso Southgate and nkoma ano so no ba yanso yetume area to twa yere san nkoma no eba na Sterling kan kasa wiara na je say papa e friend Chris Sutin and so ba Chris Sutin no where Chris Sutin ono so ba ka say enokre ono Sterling ya dwen wo hwe bo Sterling bo na yam friend friend Marcus Rashford I say entwa yi ana nkoma ano so no efiri opa yanso no yadi amaye tie for na man nkoma na pa still man no amu pese Amanfo di sika be wura tim no mo you see US billionaire bi actually your friend Leon Koopman I say baba no or the sika be billions eba be wuram na say what me anya shares kakra enso Manchester United team no mo nti eno so ne nkoma papa no e dey atodwa say o US billionaire na your friend Leon Koopman so baba to shares kakra nka so be 20 minutes nyina to kakra bi kakra bi em so be to gazia to place o to kakra bi no dey agene samba enso no e America crude ani muntiane so no nkoma eno so no efiri opa enso ne nkoma no se ni sifa tie me nto aso emfama me nwura mu enso no Man City akache ne mpanyifo tuma announce say no matuma make a record of 712 million a year pounds in revenue and after so no 422 million pounds wage bills no and you know wo so tumanya enso no bobo ko we na the largest ever and so no yetuma hu British football one year English football British football na so remo Northern Ireland and after so no England and dia na say ene no upetima onu so tumanya mfaso dia pa dia na say Man City ya 712 million pounds no omatumi manya say in revenue and after so 422 million pounds wage bill no and also na the largest ever in a British football mere san komono and so no tibere ba Atletico Madrid manager Diego Pablo Simeone komono ba say papa no anjwa no ba be free o media wuramu and so no wa England and so no report Minsa kan chirema Atletico for so many abre o me extend contract no and so the papa ni dey Diego Pablo Simeone no so ato akoso coach Atletico Madrid team no and nkoma and so no free o ba bi to jam and so na dey my tie for me was Spain no min fra Atletico Madrid min ko piemu our rival and so Real Madrid akache coach your friend Carlo Ancelotti wakasa yase papa no okoye meeting bi okoye meeting no koye no wankoshio bi ase referee se wala liga mu anokoshia omo yase papa no koye no dwa mo live papa say of late senior referees ne di ball no etia Real Madrid no osi odwenwa antiase aso a insisi so say referee to me yina ni ye twa Madrid player kura na omfi Vinicius koka bibia ni amane yellow card red card ni atia osi ni both referees a omo ne di La Liga matches no ntino eno ada ana Carlo Ancelotti enso ne ko hia ma ono so ko keka na adwen enso no timere che referees na ono so samba fie enti eno so ne nkomo no se ne esifa enso atia yenso ye de ma tie for na beka ya bretwama ama brantie friend Daniel Alves onu se ne nkomo bi ba ese yese wako ni akora bi akota ani ade ni rape case bi by 23 years old akora no ono ne ko die on night club ni ade so come man nsa no yana akora no boye na so ono ne ko die police for che that was Spain na enkomo na ba se yese ne abrante no ko gina mu court na asem no ya to so da so dem nya ne aban ne ono nya abroni aban ono nya that's one wanya embrani se nya wa mrani be jam it's sexual assault no yese ne abrante na stand trial and so no Spain na yese ono so bisa nsam say hey my friend I put you to use down a ton sama akwara no as my lord man ton se bia no nsa ni nyina no that's Daniel ba ko chire man also the Spanish high court ma yere sang komono enso no atumi ade ma na Rafinha nkomo pa yasim Barca poboko no ade atudwa se oye team ya na January oba na ukura 60 million pounds and 70 million euros omeja Rafinha mu ade ama Barca say ebesi usanke sha o mebe yanka last year akwara no and Sharam Fasa Antino Pasa so yeska and in Arsenal for Mumra Manchester United with Timmy Attis and Tebenia the Mumra not just say Abrantia Rafinha no you say Basa Simukra 60 million pounds Mobanyam Abrantia friend Rafinha no so let me be see I can answer the Michelle Rafinha na or come Manchester United or better Anthony Emfa uncle be at Chelsea and Arsenal cause someone said I need winger papa be apart from Saka Mumato Enti anonso I don't know na Mika Rafinha na a Brazil foreign come over former Brazilian international former Madrid AC Milan from Man City player Abrantia your friend Robinho so akaino akora we ajiboa aba obetwoma bibi bayo ne come over yes ononso Yebemano 9 years imprisonment. Ezan ononso no na yasa akopa. Onso tima ku repeat obi. Yes, waku repeat akwara bi sa anto ononso no 9 years. Ononso ye de ba be na Brazil players na minim. Mona to ya moderodo. Se na no da na. Yezi ni ma ere for na ni ja no. Na no da na Anthony die be. Nya dia ana Daniel Alves die ene okoko to Spain. Ya say Robinho ene national authority for no echirim say ene antwa 9 years imprisonment yerbema Robinho no so akode afiase Robinho pani jeboa but ono legova ono man ye me de but ye legova sa ene pewie ye Man City Edu Bribi, they move from Madrid to Man City. They are one of the most expensive transfer ever. Man City, about Real Madrid, about AC Milan. Ni oko defiasi. Mfi enkro 9 years. Ayasi apa. Tikuruma no. Wa kakra mo fresh se na mo ya careful. Ayasi kopa. Jezi Ghana 10. Dia bro. We dia na 10. Ti anonso anono na mewie wo aye Manchester United. Jadon Sancho Bible so me nsani akora ne nsi aka mfa ma aye Manchester United ya seni agent ade abase na be dia January or Tama Brantia no de na kopio Juve ono so akobo akra enso na wo mfa United coach a bench na akobo Bible so me nsa enti eno no Napoli pamu coach a friend Rudy Garcia nkomo na ba ene omotuma appoint Walter Materazzi so no so mra former Italian international no so no so me ye coach and former aye Napoli papa no ejira mabrebi atwam no no so jiram adema Napoli ni ade after 10 years was returning or joining Napoli say head coach and so no aye Italian Serie A ni mo ene nkoma and so no efiri obo Olivier Giroud over the weekend okodi red card home penny for the too much ban and so no at media ma brantian so onko tena fie after so no so ko year referee ko di referee atem and so on Olivier Giroud no name penny first man 2 years 2 years is saying too much ban in Jakorano and I say Giroud and so ko na fin so no wako tena fie 2 matches on to mean see akan and fama AC Milan na meda so AC Milan no Ismail Banase a Milan player ofi Algeria abrante na pra you see fear na kopim December abrante ni de Banase ontumi nyina mu ensi akan emfama AC Milan na insantrofo twiben Ismail Banase ni bizan ze ade ba na wo otu ezika wanya nyina wo ye de amabusuan na Banase se ade ba kope onya sika echemiensa ode ba koto bank no ode ba kwato no ode ba kwa mane maame na ade ba kwa ne maame so aye mane ni na so ne so dis kana mane maame ne maame ni o na maame so akọ save in the name of akwada no ne maame si kana oh mami bosoma so ji wei na fa to ne ebe hia fa to no sem ne maame ji a ne maame nkoto no ne maame akọ bi account amane ba na ne ba no cross resell ni kura no ohu na maame na save sika no e de o se dachi asem ti o sie wi asana ye wabrabo na ye bon bibia betumasi ebetuma baza akwara no Banase na ngasa eye ni savings o but bibia betumasi dine maame se no sika ne bade man bosumi bia asa na wotwe bia no o mfa ne nsanka wa bia account a odugum ade man ba no sense o dwe ne ba no ho pa dachi asem ti maame ami nshira o ami fo nyina mo yesi anka bebo ankwara no pa The generation way. Yen to man who gonna dakem. I say yen to man why yen to man. And then when I come, you see now. Let's try one by a bar. Let's say yet me a few days. Was my main cast Betway cash out offer no, and so home and then match sell ho. Chikabi Ubedi unya chankwa dia. Ubedi Betway. Adama yedi amana nen komo and so ba yen try umre ba yedi few days atwaso.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park. On our arrival, we were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through an orientation on how best to enjoy the experience. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the Eco Park. We saw zebras, sable antelopes, crown cranes, maras, silky chicken, emus, wallabies, deer, ponies, and so many animals. We watched the animals roam freely in their natural habitat, undisturbed by our presence. Our tour guide told us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing. Then we took a break to have lunch in the beauty of the open space. All of this fun and activities for a starting price of 250 cedis, and it's free for children below 6 years. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before our sunset dinner by the campfire. We've had a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait to visit again. Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Tontonte. Yenum sani efadwen. Ne efadwen ampa. Say na num say brebi beba. Ama tontina 74. Opa ye ne simple. T74 abeye adru. Tontina 74 ana T74 asa twe yadwene esi nananum dudo so. Say de na dudo bua ma nananum enyare basabasa no sa na tontina 74 ana T74 ebo nipadua no. Emo immune support enti obi onum bie no abrebia ne ho den. Tontina 74 yin so yaye no se nsuo krokro kama enti baby a wonam bia obetimi de wade akọ samene wa ankefi na ekroyi eda no nko na wie ye wa bra mennom T74 samennom 2074 amenya hoɔden mennom ne da bia T74 yi eye hahama ene ye de aye na DHC ena aframa na ye kama saa no T74 ahoɔden ni apomuden ko a wokɔ pharmacy ana baby eto nno bia ubenya 2074 yi bia to T74 yi enye ma oba a wafa afuro ana obi a ɔma nufo ana se obi a onya mfie dumienu eto phone 050-162-8931 and 0246-073-498 FDA agi adwadi nkrato yi atom
Bet Jessica Coco, ewo Betway so. Hitwa wo better or how pieni. Abraye ko season fufu. Eno ane se, wo be ko Betway side no so. Na when your golden booking code. Na fetwa wo bet ewo matches a wa hyehyɛ no. Afei se wo bet bi ase ya. Yesanso ma 100% ewo free bet mu. Wo mpe we na wo peden. Bet no nyanse no. Wo ni fie no wotwe a. Enko. Gaming Commission of Ghana sasha se. Nhyehyɛ kakra wo. Betway. Get way more.
Taste the flow. Life it be hard sometimes, but let it go.
Feel the flow for your patio. Bellas to get your feet on the floor. It's Bell Ice. You feel it burn. You feel it burn. Take a sip of Bell Ice. You feel it.
Jiwo Bell Ice Lemon, Pineapple, Orange, and a Bell Ice Vodka Mixer in one pop peppy. Na enjoy. Kaise, Bell Ice, ewo PET plastic bottle mono, ewo 8% alcohol, and a Bell Ice Vodka Mixer, ewo can mono, and also 18% alcohol. Nomnyansem, wonton manipa, only in fear do watching, and sese apem for num. FDA agidredien kratoi atom. Bell Ice, Mephilia.
Another quality product from Bell Aqua.
Usika semen koyana quick credit sia say sika pe ennafom intina yabasa ye becheche wo yam bosia bonche ye ho wotumi bobosia wo yasia ye if you 1000 Ghana cedis edeko na ne wo hia na wo national ID card wo hia se wo betu susu wo hia awowa ye ngiseke bia nto ho wo nsanso hia se wo ne ye bebue futuo bia quick credit elwo homa o say ye dwana wo pese wudi ana wo pese wo hye ejuma foforo ase ana say ye school fees anapo ye bosumi ejuma ye phone so ye wo bi mamo na bom kai say ye mbobosua e wo internet so afen so on manti akrobia batan Bank of Ghana and sa wo dwumedie yi mu enti tutumri kana frɛ yen wo 0302 200 390 ana 0596 920 833 quick credit lending made simple kai say dwumedie yi nhyehyɛ kakra wo ho
Okuman Global Sports, Ejadem.
All right, Yema Abejafo Akwa and Family Okuman 97.1 so Global Sports. And our Suguswa, Utier meeting at the Kelvin and Ponsedi, Fremi AK and so Major or so Yeri Fisamba Kumino and so Ebicham na one year and so and in here Bama main chassis and fem free the senior national team the Black Stars of Ghana onim say Yambwa Ifiada against Madagascar. 4 p.m. Ghana time and a game no and so no ebe koso and so no Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium anti wada for more pictures in Google Swana check akra Facebook for no check akra Black Stars training no there's no so no koswa ne sa ne adia enti no we abra team no and so go PM and so no ewo eye Kumasi there's on vow na okay I'm far free V-Power na yeah V-Power na yeah until Black Stars no there's Yambo Ifiada against Madagascar and ni and also Ebekoso ewe Kumasi Baba Yara na team no akwa kudru team no akwa kudru Kumasi and no amu training and training so ebe koso sa enso no ewaye Kumasi Baba Yara na je say Amanfo enso no ehu hye so say game no enso no 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Nyamboa Ifiada yebe wuram na ni mpanyifo awodo na atumi adi enkomo enso no ewo ho nti no hye so fa me say Friday yes Friday nti enso eno no nti super say agopi agona so edru nti Black Stars nkomo na ana fin so no has de no on say has nkomo yi another has and so na tumeja eyom coach kwan enra as a ja coach no kwan kura bro ni fita no omeja no kwan nti eno so eno no yebehwe nye di sankomo no e di afiri wonti mekan statement na say release house for and so edeba na we say had to folk enrada coach and din and so no e dey Koopman no o ma ja no kwan e dey afiri bobo ko no na release na nie o say has mutually part ways with coach Koopman. According to folk has mutually parted ways with coach Martinus Koopman. This decision forms part of the club's grand aim of restructuring the technical team as we continue with the 2023-2024 football season. In the interim, current assistant coach Abdul Rahim Bashiru has been mandated to take charge as the acting head coach until further notice. The Hearts of Folk management is therefore using this opportunity to thank Coach Koopman for his services whilst at the club and wishes him the best of luck in his future endeavors. Signed, Hearts Management. There's and also and in the there's sorry you made it so and Hearts of Folk for Kratei na coach and Eddie Martinus Koopman. Also it may Jan Quine and so Bobo Koro and so Akachi NT and also and no Barima and so Akuapem North and I've been so okay district F in Akachi Division 3 League, you know. Yameboa, Echina matches no Ebeshasi, Echina matches no Ebekoso. Azania FC and so any Dreams Babies about 1 p.m. Mampon Coronation Park, Mampon Park, and so I want Ebekoso no movie 3 p.m. Yameboa Echina no so Ophir Royals FC, and Golden Green FC. There's a coach, the team, your team are Akropong-Akuapem, Ophir Royals, and I think Golden Green FC. And so no boy way 8 week 2 and I feel Dreams FC and Oak City and so no boy Ifiada inti so now I said so at me ere amame inti no be wedding come up ere afa game no nyamboa china Barima kwa man so now feel so no mene Kwaku Asari V-Power enso no ndi nkomo meti Kwaku nka ache pa Kwaku a mo no so yenkodi nkomo emfamfa Black Stars and afin so na to folk issues eno so aba no Kwaku anapemi mo akwaba emro koma 97.1 so
kwa mejo so na bibia bokode
nyame adom nyame fam de waye ne de yetinkwam bibia kama na aka nipa da sani de a obeye
no ano no kwa ba meto nka na ache kwa me
Kwaku meto nka ache na say
me na no ada ko US ana
Kwaku ma be bia keka ko US no man ko bi eja omuja e okuruma ana mo ko no mo ba edi wo ba na me ho mfa me ba nyame adom me ho ye
Meshu, nyame nemre 2026 de kwa me.
Inshallah.
Ese ko US. Na yenso ko hwe World Cup ni bi.
Inshallah, ne be ya Black Stars for kra be se nye be ko. Enti asema. But wa come for US asema be. The Black Stars of Ghana. Ejina kono almost started we can say one of the tough journeys football mu which is say World Cup qualifies. Na yetumi qualify Akuffo US 2026 World Cup. And now if you ada any Madagascar ebebo ebenada eba inso no yene Comoros ebebo preparation asha see team na kodu kuma squad na ba when you say we near do ma Ghana for do na ka 17 ade a so far preparation at saying at the mouth Kwaku
kwame ma minchia ona minchia okomanete fo nyina na minchia production team no any management nyina na Sani okay no I think said you need to say 2026 World Cup qualifiers na chance here. Even prior to say Coach Chris in the 25-man squad Betuja ama let's need to say due to injuries and other situations in your months mean by more replacement abano. Na kwame you need Rebecca say nene na mo fremem say Coach Chris in the Juma na hockey cup. But prior to that, no, I think that said there was a meeting between ESCO members and Chris Hutton to at least justify the squad or present here. And though there were some notable absentees, Barima has been super fantastic for Power K in the Greece League. But coach, we justify the squad that were presented. So and what could that? But I think if you look at Chris Hutton, any games our boy in the past, Mr. Lester going to these two games, no, Kwame, Coach Nankasa in particular, no, very, very concerned because, say, about from just some few weeks to again, and approximately 1 week to a crucial World Cup qualifier, now about from say Wejuma, and okay, cannot. I think the FA, it took, I think this week, Anzana. Henry Asante Chumka say Chris Hutton job is secured, and it will tell you say in as much as maybe a Babontaino, there are other underlying issues. Say Chris Hutton, those two games, especially Madagascar Comoros, Nankoya and Famanoa, we could see a change at the helm of a person. Maybe I'm maintaining say results Nankoya in a game versus Madagascar and Comoros. No Ghanaian should be surprised if Chris Hutton is booted out of the Black Stars job, because we all know, say, aside footballing reasons, and aside the fact, say, affiliated to Ghana in a way, part Irish, part Ghanaian, there are certain things that go beyond the football appointment, and there are people in government that per reports, fully strange, but if you ask me, on footballing grounds, my stand has always been one. Kwame said, I feel say Chris Hutton is not the man to lead us, but more taking decisions, no more influence, no more stake in the Black Stars. SA or you're good for the job at the moment. Let's just keep it like that. But I still say Kwame, Sanyama and Koye in our two games versus Madagascar and Comoros are a bit me this conversation number. Emma, we all know, like just like Hasselhoff have done. No? Coaches are hired to be fired, and I won't be surprised. But media Kwame, and I'm saying it categorically, said if things do not go well in our two games in the World Cup qualifiers, I won't be. I'll be least surprised if Chris Hutton is given the sack. But let me go on to the preparations. I think it's a Monday now. This foreign lads start to say them. Luckily, we have 3 local lads in Nuruddin, and then there's Hamidu Fatau, and then there's Jonathan Shoa, and Osho Munyinano, Mediama and Omusiamakai, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And it tells you for the local front, resulting in the past 2-3 call-ups, are very consistent because a coach, aside being the head coach of the national team now, GPL games, yes, sports, and I know he has men on the ground that definitely emanate that sort of statistics. For Jonathan Mensah, it won't be the first time. The last friendlies, or Messiah, because Medium are normally involved in another friendly in the US. And so I'm not surprised that he's back into the squad. Nuruddin Abema be replacing some of the players are not and compare regular names. Abdul Mumin, Rai Vallecano having a good season, but per report, he's pulled out due to 1 or 2 issues. And then we also saw some other inclusions. I feel so on the local front, I killed that sort of conversation. A lot of Ghanaians because subsequently we will call us without players from the local league. And I think Presbyterian is giving us a clear indication with a score up of these local lads. At least there's something good in our local league. Also, for the call-ups here, who a crop of players are always very regular with the team. Kudus, the Ayus are back into the team. Andre Ayew recently was signing with Le Havre. Oshe, the sort of welcome or receiving with Le Havre. Very, 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 very nice. And then Jordan Ayew needs no introduction. Antoine Seminary, Naki Williams. Oshe, the majority of the players are almost a part of previous call-ups. So I would say that he's generally going with players that own him over the period. And then Thomas third party or a big concern, even AFCON, there are reports that he could miss the AFCON because injury keeping out. But I'm just seeing this team as a team that has a capability. They be American. So I feel the problem with this Black Star team is how they set up on the pitch and the sort of coaching leading them onto the field of play. Because there have been a lot of concern. So we are not seeing a clear pattern of play. And definitely, one thing I know, Houghton and his backroom staff will be looking at. But I mean, in terms of preparation, now Black Stars air training in Accra before they jet off to Kumasi. We don't know what happened, but there was a change. Kumasi and Ombe training, and then definitely Ochina. They also train and make sure that they are in good shape. Get a press conference and make sure that on Friday at 4 p.m. Ghana time they face off with Madagascar. And so in terms of preparation, I feel says with the reports, the only player on my Lawrence Atizigi Kwame.
And I'm looking at Lawrence Atizigi here. And also, and so far we could confidently say on a number 1 choice. On Bedu, and Wednesday game, Friday. Only enough preparation with the team. And Hadrian.
I don't know what is holding Lawrence Atizigi because I feel there's no official communique from the communications department of the Black Stars as to why he's delayed. But sadly, over the weekend, Raphael Gamina may he so rest in perfect peace. Passe on whilst playing on the field, and you know the sort of relationship na Atizigi and Gamina were at youth level. Pass it through. The WAFA system, but it's unfortunate that issues on Saturday. But I don't know if psychologically affected Atizigi. But talking about the number 1 spot, I feel from the World Cup after Jojo Walcott picking up that injury, Lawrence Atizigi manning the post, or also putting in effort to ensure the team in totality for me. But we shall call up and by aside Atizigi, there's Richard Ofori and then there's Jojo Walcott. And though this season Jojo Walcott is yet to play a game for Hibernian, last time I checked here, he was on the bench in their last game on my boy. But Richard Ofori needs no introduction. And Kwame, I've said it and I've said it again. So I don't feel that currently with the crop of goalkeepers there's any goalkeeper better than Richard Ofori. there's no go until he lost that spot due to injury, you know. He was our man in post. And you see, Kwame, there's something that Richie Ofori offers. I don't think Ati and Jojo Walcott offers. No disrespect to the two of them. But Osha Richie Ofori, right from his days with Wild Stars, going to South Africa, Pirates, Marisburg, and the rest, no. Richie Ofori has been that figure, ultimately commanding the back line. Kwame, you tell me. And in recent times, a Black Stars team that lacks leadership at the back. Until the Amates or if the Omumba game for a while, we still say Anka naturally the goalkeeper should be that voice at the back to make sure say you marshal things at the back. Because for me, I'm not a football coach. I don't know a lot when it comes to coaching. But Osha goalkeeping and goalkeepers, baby I think they have a better view of the pitch than any other player. And I feel Sir Richard Ofori has that, or that sort of command, or that sort of influence. And when you look at the current crop of players, he's one of the oldest players in the squad at a point, not captains and band, or boy in the absence of other players. So I feel Richard Ofori has that capacity to make sure, say, he's marshalling the back well. And one aspect of the game, though, but you see, Kwame, need to go down to training and what the technical team and the advice from the goalkeeper's trainer. And the number one. But I feel even if Atizigi is not able to join the squad in this very first game versus Madagascar, you have capable hands. And on any day, if I'm choosing between Jojo Walcott and Richard Ofori, for me, I would go with Richard Ofori because he's been very, very good in his stay with the South African team, Sawabo. And even at the Black Stars level, we've all seen what he can do. But at the end of the day, but the onus lies on the technical team and what they see in training. And I'm going to pick your goalkeeper. But I feel Atizigi will at a point join the team. And if the trainers decide somebody Atizigi Bekwa, fair enough. But Kwame, the issue is that Osha games are yabo in our last two. Atizigi, I think, was the goalkeeper when we played Mexico. And we all saw. And I've said that, you see, for Atizigi, it is hard. Difficult. Atizigi said, Obekipi, clean sheets. And that has been my major concern. Prior to the World Cup, getting the number one spot, we all knew, say, Atizigi, a goalkeeper, even in the Swiss League, for St. Gallen, he's conceding a lot of goals. And Maka said, sometimes it takes special goalkeepers to make sure that keep your team intact. And we've seen it. Over the years, we've seen Richard Olele Kingston, we've seen the Sami Ejes, we've seen the George Owus, we've seen other goalkeepers, when it gets tougher at the back for the Black Stars, they make sure that they are putting in crucial space. So, with the goalkeeping aspect, the technical team. But Kwame, we need to go into this game to make sure that we are getting 3 points at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Because the last time I checked, Ghana losing a game at the Barbara Sports Stadium was way back in the early 2000s. Menkai team Nido, but I think it will be Nigeria or some other team. And the team might upset Menkai team Nido, but for Fanchem, sometimes you have to go back to the archives. But the Lusu game at Barbara Sports Stadium at Chepa, so it is a fortress for us. And I feel say going into this game, we have to get it. But Kwame, one other thing I am problematic with the support base of the Black Stars in recent games under Chris Hughton, though with 7 he's won 2 and got some decent results in there. But Kwame, say a very, very particular about what we've seen under Chris Hughton, George Boateng, Didi Dramani, more tenure. It is that the Black Stars are not playing convincing football. And Kwame, in football, coaches have philosophies. Jose Mourinho Bekacho say he would prefer to win 6 games 1-0 than to win 1 game 5-0. That is the Jose Mourinho approach. There are coaches like Marcelo Bielsa. They will open the game, make sure say, sure, but they will definitely want to outscore you and get the points. But our problem under Chris Hughton is that we've seen a coach that is laid back in his approach. But you see, sometimes it's difficult because that is not the Black Stars we are used to seeing at the national team level. And for Chris Hughton, he can choose to play in the style of a Sobono. But Kwame, at the end of the day, even if you're playing in a way that technically suits you as a coach, now you're convincing results. Kwame, the word underline is convincing. And Kwame said, if I'll break on this, maybe I'll say, if the Black Stars have been convincing from the backdrop of the World Cup, Kwame, I know, say definitely you tell me, say no, unless say you are probably seeing the game from an angle I'm not seeing. That is why I'm not a technical person. But the Black Stars have not been convincing. And we need such convincing display and a win from the Black Stars. Because, you see, Raoul Savoy, a coach for Central African Republic, Kwame, in our last AFCON game, the coach was very specific. And Kwame Makase, people should not downplay what the coach said. Maybe it was out of bitterness, and I said he felt that certain decisions didn't go right for him. But Kwame, Raoul Savoy said, if this is how the Black Stars is going to play, I'm paraphrasing what he said. Kwame, but he said, saying the Black Stars have a bar. The next AFCON will be worse than the last AFCON we went to. And Kwame, look at the progression from then. I think after that Central African Republic game, you have bought 2 friendlies, major tests, because US and Mexico are ranked in the top 20. And Kwame, these tests have exposed us. And Kwame Makabium said, of all the games we have won under Chris Hughton, to teams are almost beneath us in terms of rankings.
Gwagu, not to cut you, now in the last 5 matches, Black Stars, Abono, you're winning 2, you're drawn 1, and you lose 2. Your last 5 matches, the last, Madagascar, you know, 0-0. 0-0. And you Central African Republic, you show 2-1. And you're convincing victories, anyhow, Kano. Against Liberia, it was an international friendly, yes, 3-1. And Ukrainians soon a tour on Kraya and Kinim never caught because you knew how Liberians in a bomb. Then after, you have bought Mexico and US, and we lost all those 2 games. And you know, even when we are winning, your victory is not yet convincing.
Kwame, so I think so you agree with me on that front. And tell me, Osha teams are in Central African Republic, Liberia now, in our last 5 now, Kwame. They are all beneath us in terms of ranking. So if you look at Madagascar and Comoros right now, we are above them in terms of ranking. So Kwame, I wouldn't even be surprised if we beat these 2 teams. And I've said, a group, Mali is in the group, and I think that they'll give us the stiffest opposition in that group. And you know, Kwame, you have to start well by getting maximum points in this. 2018, Kwame, yes, now Uganda near the board draw at Tamale, and it cost us our qualification. Egypt qualified from that group, Russia. We missed out. So Kwame, we should be very pragmatic with our approach. Make sure, say, we are getting things right. Because going to the World Cup, a lot of people have concerns over the years. How are we as a country utilizing World Cup revenues? I think that recently there was that argument that Senegal a lot of projects with the World Cup monies. And there was another clarification that World Cup money said ban don't want to government for the idea. But Kwame, going to the World Cup, aside all the excitement, any opportunities at the ban, a lot of revenue every year, and once and another thing they say it puts us on that pedestal. Say 48 teams ever call World Cup in USA, Mexico, and Canada, and Ghana is there. It's a big lift to us in terms of visibility, promoting tourism, any idea, because once your flag is hoisted on international platforms, you cannot underestimate the sort of benefits that they bring. And you know, aside the footballing reasons for why we want to go to 2026 World Cup, it goes beyond that. The off the pitch benefits, are more. So I'm just hoping, sir, you see, these lads, these coaches know what is at stake. That it is a must for us to qualify. And Kwame, I think Infantino will be a teams from 32 to 48 for the 2026 World Cup.
Yeah.
And Africa alone has 9 slots, and I think there's another opportunity to fight for a playoff slot. So it should tell us this is it for us. 5 times we're qualifying. As 5 reps from Africa, we're qualifying. To see our 9, there's more money going to be injected. The excitement is going to be double. Everything about the World Cup is improving. So we have to be there. And Kwame, you have to make a better start. With these 2 teams, Mr. said, and even if we are not being convincing and appreciating like we've seen him, we should be able to make sure that we get the needed result. And Kwame, Obibaka said this Black Stars team, there's this sort of narrative there. We don't have quality. Kwame, I disagree with that. This Black Stars team has quality.
A lot.
And I'll say it and say it again. Osha, your players are from Obaba Idrisumo. You are playing week in, week out in Spain. Salis is playing in there. And our players, Antoine Semenyo, Jordan, Inaki Williams, Jonathan Soa, even on the local front. This season, I think so I share 4 goals for Mediema. So it will tell you, sir, we have the quality. The only problem is that we have to assemble the best. Give them a befitting tactical system and make sure so we are getting the results. Kwame, and I've said it, and I'll say it again. Kwame, Coach Bia, whatever he knows, and present it to the players on the field of play. And I don't think anybody will dispute that, because the way a team plays on the field is just the representation of the coach's ideas. In Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag, there are people who are content, there are people who are discontent. Pep Guardiola, clearly his handwriting is on the team. You see, it is clearly evident that what the coach passes on to the players is what they do. Aside the individual...
the performance of the Black Star players on the field of play, you know, coach and the poor performance and coach and
obviously. I'm not laying every blame at the doorstep of the coach, but I may say the way a team presents itself on the field of play, you know, it's basically down to tactical knowledge and what the coach expects them to do.
And it's now coach and more than one conquering.
Oh, Kwame first I means here. So this is not the first time first I means here, and I feel say on any platform I'll say it, I feel say Chris Hughton leaves a lot to be desired in terms of coaching. So Sanya team number out to Bebo. It is down to the coach. And typically, Hatsufolk, but remember Hatsufolk, even if I'm to just suppose that Hatsufolk about 10 games, I'm going to pick 12 points. And yesterday, they let their coach go. I mean, they didn't sack the players. They didn't sack the players. If they have issues with management, they are solving that one. But on the field of play, it is you, the coach, that answers questions. And Chris Hughton, after a game versus USC, you know, he said, I feel I'm the right man for the job. So it is only results, Kwame, it is only results that can ascertain that statement, you know, if the results are not going well, Kwame, you know what will happen. So I feel that the representation on the field of play is the coach's mindset. On that practicality, and that is the truth.
Okay.
Aside whatever the coach does in the dressing room, the board, they are normally players' knowledge. You know, there are players who go extra limits, but mostly it's the coach's handwriting with the team. And you can see players you expect them to dribble, but obey passable because a instruction from the technical team. Manchester United.
Yeah.
In Germany, Schweinsteiger played with Bayern Munich, won a tour, Champions League, BBR, and he was somebody but under LBG, Schweinsteiger by Manchester United, and it was clearly from the coach's angle. what the coach was telling the player to do. So I believe that we have quality. And I think the coaching aspects need a little bit of tweaking. And Kwame, boys, a bit on the players, they should know that, you see, when it comes to the national team, in as much as over the years, Timika will not support the national team, will not support them because of ABC. We are still with them. And if that wasn't the case, Akropong, 1 a.m., 12:30 a.m., and share games on TV when the Black Stars are playing. So they need to know that aside whatever the coach has taught instructions are coaching, they are the ones playing out those instructions, and they should do it to perfection and make sure, they are making Ghanaians happy. Nothing will make Ghanaians happy. Nothing will make sponsors happy. Nothing will make the layman happy than seeing the Black Stars get a win. If not convincing, I won't be surprised because we've not been convincing under Presbyterian. But getting 3 points in those 2 games, a big plus for starters. And we know clearly if you pick 6 points, you're on the right course to qualify for the World Cup.
All right, Ocha Ghana, head to head between Madagascar. It includes the Chan face, Kosafa, but in the last 5 meetings between Yane Madagascar, Ghana, you winning 1, Madagascar, you winning 2. Anna, we are the last 4. Okay, maybe for the last 4 meetings, you're winning 1, Madagascar, winning 2, Anna 1, and so I draw. It tells you say, so but a bano, AFCON, and I say the senior side, the Black Stars, there. You know, my last meeting, was the AFCON qualified, say about 0-0. No sweat the Anna share more 3-0, and so
3-0.
AFCON qualified, Kuma said that was good enough in a jam. Juman. So I quite say, yes, said and son said, and now almost so, but you say, if you had ever the mind,
Kwame, I would want to differ a bit. Oshe Chan, I think it's not the same team that we are seeing.
Yeah.
And the Chan is made up of players who play in their domestic league. I think CAF, once you play on the continent of Africa, the next tournament they are looking at say the best that format. Now, Africa, once you're Ghanaian, you can play. But I think competitively, when we talk about Black Stars proper, I think this Madagascar team this Malagasy team has not been a problem. The last time we drew versus them in the AFCON qualifiers. But yes, in the first fixture, I think Kudus Mohamed Kra was on the score sheet. So it will tell you, the side that we can be. But you see, Kwame, a bit on the Malagasy team, I think we saw a large chunk of them play in the Chan tournament. And then how far they went, Kwame. And, one difficulty about this Malagasy team is that most of them, if I'm correct, are local players. And getting the players to gel with a team, sometimes and yet difficult. Unlike Black Stars, we see the majority of our players playing in other leagues are almost bad, and we have to get a blend with the local players. But Kwame, I feel we are capable. I feel we are capable. But you see, Kwame, one major concern, Adebako Hamen, affected the Black Stars' performance on the side of the players that we are not paying attention to the quality of pitches in Ghana. And Kwame, Inaki Williams is yet to score for the Black Stars, but this season in the La Liga, he scored 5 goals for Bilbao. Antoine Semenyo plays with Bournemouth. He's scoring goals. Jordan Ayew is scoring goals. And Kwame, look at the pitches these players play on and compare it to the pitches we have here. And you see, it is only one standardized pitch, one accredited, approved pitch, and Ghana at the moment, and that's the Barbara Sports Stadium. And Kwame, the playing field on the pitch, how good is it? And you see, there are lots of factors that affect footballers when they play. There are lots of factors that affect footballers. And a major concern major concern. Now, Alali medium a game no.
Yeah.
And can so go Cairo International Stadium.
Yeah.
As per report, what is happening, because Cairo has to undergo transition. And these are countries are even leading us when it comes to infrastructure. So if they are doing the right things, we should also do. Ochina game, Friday game, Kwame. Looking at the nature of the pitch, I don't expect to see very palatable or very appealing football. But the issue is that it is the two teams you should pitch. So for you at home, you should make it count. Probably we will see good football. And Kwame, Yeko World Cup 2022 in Qatar. Though we didn't qualify from our group, but Kwame, we played good football. We played sequence of passes that led to goals. We saw how confident our boys were on the field. But Wabano, the club side or a regular, we don't see a lot of commitment with our players when they play at the national, especially on such pitches. And at the end of the day, it becomes a general problem. It becomes a big issue because that's the sort of football we want to see. We don't see it. So, as a country, in terms of infrastructure, building, maintaining infrastructure, meeting the standard levels, we should look at it. And I think if we do the right things, all the others would follow in that regard. If you build a good pitch, a modernized pitch, now players maybe at the sort of football they are playing, then you can easily point it to the coach because you feel, in terms of providing a proper playing surface, it has been provided. So, Kwame, your problems also. So, holistically, we should look at all of them. But I'm just hoping that we can start on a good note, get the needed points against Madagascar, go to Moroni, beat Comoros, because Comoros, the last AFCON, almost and it was a game we played with 10 men. The day Ayu was sent off. But it was one of the best games at that AFCON tournament. So it means that with a renewed vision, with a renewed mindset, we can't go away. Though he's using results away, and yet so good, we can't go away and at least get a win or get a draw and cushion ourselves in the qualifiers.
All right. Gwago Yemfi Black Stars Akachi and he said Chinani Thursday now Friday or we game now a bit more common idea. Yamra had to folk. Enra Ariana and paying for the letter by say coach and Indian Martinez Coopman. Or my Jana Quine mutually. Yes, so me and you at home once say Zubia to me penny baby efa. Anna has said Jana Quine. Do you think that it was the right decision? I said right decision for had to folk. Say after 10 matches, Ombeja coach Koopman a crime.
Kwame, I'm say I can for you baby say ya kwalo obi uno o de nation Koopa moto mkura obi Kwame. And why am I saying this? Kwame you na ye kai said David Okulu last season on handle had to folk. And Niema Sheda Nkoyi. In the turn of events, they say assistant coach for Kumasi Asante Koroko because Prosper Natogum and then Juma previously, so he saw the need to bring him back after Akropong in the party race. Kwame, I think it is clear had to folk pre-season normal new coach and Kwame Meboa.
Yeah.
So it was, I think, the technical director Normandie Nabano. And now or handle the team. And at a point they thought it wise to bring in a trainer. And I think we have Martin Koopman based on the connection Hartlepool Hoffenheim for a one. Hartlepool Hoffenheim in Germany or some sort of partnership. These exchange programs near there. And then they also have that partnership with FC Cincinnati. In Tuka Salim Adams. To be joining Hearts. Now he's with FC Cincinnati. And based on that sort of partnership, that coach was recommended that Oba Hartlepool. But I think it was going to be difficult for him because one, many of the players number two, and 2, he didn't have ample time to do preseason with them. So mostly it will be based on certain recommendations, certain reports, and a coach, players through his regimes, not your my Juma. I think Adia Emma Martin Koopman elusu a job, and I said mucho and had to cook a party with was interviews or granted after Hatsufo game. In 10 games, Koopman winning just twice, and those wins came versus Nswacheman and then Midiema at the Accra Sports Stadium. 6 draws, and then the others ending in losses. I think 2 losses. Kwame, the sort of interviews are not granted after games. I saw it as a red flag. Mekai said after one game, he complained bitterly about Kashala Ramos. Said he doesn't have a striker. The strikers are not scoring. A journalist say, oh, there's Kashala. And Obisa journalist, is he convinced with the sort of player he's seen in Kashala? And Kwame, I asked the question, you are the coach. Who now make his selection? So what influences you to select a player who feels so good? Kwame, that one went to bed. I think at the back of almost last game, almost boy, Kwame, had to focus last game. I think some board draw. Maybe 15 more boy.
I'm on last Premier League game on boy. I think 0-0 Legon Cities.
Thank you, Kwame. Thank you very much. And you see, prior to that game, now the Saturday was Hatsufok's 112th birthday.
Yeah.
And I think on another program, like I said, the only sort of surprise or package they can give their supporters is to get away. And prior to that, now Hatsufok about games consistently, Omunya results, Omunya 3 points. But I think after the game, Martin Koopman once again said he is the best man for Hatsufok, and that he doesn't fear the sack. If they feel they want to sack him, they can sack him. And Kwame, and also my margin said there were inside reports because going to that game, yes, they said Hatsufok other coaches didn't come up. Notably, Bashir Hayford was also mentioned in there. But Hatsufok came out to say there's nothing like that. Then after that result, Aonia versus Legon City, they decided to part ways with him. And you see, Kwame, there's something underlined. There's mutual. Kwame, if you offer me say Juma, now Fele say I'm not being productive enough. I'm not achieving the objectives you gave me. Mutually, we can part ways. And I thought that is what Hatsufok have done. But you see, I still said the body language of the coach was telling Hatsufok, look, I'll need time to get the team to perform. Because for a coach, even a full season, time to even buy his own players and get them into the squad. No. I felt Hatsufok were sitting on a ticking time bomb. And I'm not surprised at the moment, normally Martin Koopman, but you see, the big question is, what is the next step? And how competent will the next person be? I don't know a question. But I trust the Hatsufok board, the management, and the advisors to at least get somebody who is credible enough. Like I said, Bashir Hayford, the Abonidi, Akropong is also in there, and some other foreign coaches. But as to if this sacking of the coach will give them a quick turnaround here, Kwame, I can't tell. But say coach from Ba, no see versus Sanyema, they would say, okay, our decision to sack Koopman was a good one. If it backfires there, Kwame, because always when it comes to these big clubs, one of the people, and I say one of the group of people who influence on them, the support base. And obviously, a lot of supporters were not happy. And let me say, former journalist, with one of the heads we had to focus in terms of supporters. Kobe Jones.
Kobe Jones, yeah.
Yeah, me say Kobe Jones. And Kobe Jones said, after many Lagos City's game, there were a lot of calls, even from supporters. Some even threatening to boycott Akropong games because they felt the results not good. So I'm not surprised. But at this crucial after 10 games, maybe they feel sacking the coach now, this early, will be best because we all saw before Akropong Beji League, they had to do a sacking. I think one of these expatriate coaches, then Samuel Boedu came in, and then he was able to make sure some winning league SJ trophies. So let's see. Samuel Boedu didn't swap them, but whatever happens, Kwame, it will go down to the fact that if there's a turnaround after a new appointment, then it means their decision was right. But if the problem persists, there, Kwame, definitely there are lots of bickering from the side of the supporters. But I'm not surprised at all. I also the body language, also the choice of words a coach used now. He was at a point, he was very petty. It was clear, he didn't have that sort of regard for Akropong because Akropong is a big club, and then so as a coach, sometimes you should choose your words carefully. And Kwame, my advice is that Akropong better coach, they should get a coach that knows the DNA of the club. What I said, they should get a coach that is rooted in their history. The likes of Cecil Jones Atukwefio may so rest in peace. I'm saying, sir, I would say that he's the best coach I've seen Coach Akropong. And his records are there to see. Aside from in recent times, some of what is why. So they should get a coach. He is into the history of the team and knows the pedigree of the team. And knows that at this club, draw is not a contentment. Losing cardia and better. It is a result-oriented club.
Okay. Kwaku, actually, about to also our house and Barucha in the last 9 years, coaches are about to focus. The Costa Pitch Park, was Fabian, you see Abubakar, Nubotsa, Vusi Savage, Shai Butanko, Siki Akono, Bene J, David Duncan, Mohamed Polo, Herbert Adu, Eddie Ansa, Kan Vanle, Kenichi Yashuashi, Sergio Trangal, Yao Preko, Henry Wellington, Frank Nuttall, Edward Odum, Seth Hoffman, Kim Grant. Just say, coach is Nanu Yana Wizuba, you can't say, Samuel Boedu, and a Brunio Yakopamuno training ground, see, Slavic, Matic, and Sana, and round so a year, a Yuko. Just in the last 9 years, has coaches on Wafa, Bebu Eduno.
Kwame, coaches are hired and they are fired. And Kwame, I always had a problem with Akropong sacking Slavko Matic. Because now I felt Slavko Matic had that sort of aura. Basically, they are building Akropong. But then, supporters, Ekopam training ground.
But actually, Bewuram, Niasha Korokodia, and so Obiaga say, Yaja, you can in the end, Ogum, so because they say my decrement. Only at 10
Kwame Ogum in his last 5 games, in your results, but I don't think Ogum Kotoko will start Ogum at the moment because Kwame, the IMC clearly made it obvious that Ogum is building a team. And it will take 3 to 5 years for him to start getting results. And I Kwame Meboa.
Sabe Peba on the Ghana and Abutrenia Kotoko has 5 years and Yenibatina Kotoko board second division.
Akropong situation, Oman any sort of communication out to say this is what they are expecting in the long run.
Very well. Young fan Shachina. Na yeni san komono enso a brainity and anopegwaku very well super papa say osu onya abrema me
Kwame mesmeda me tie tiefo nyina
tiefo enso aje so entino kwaku asari v power and I'm so telling cast on so no atimi ade enkomona ba kwafko 30 seconds na enko echina ofie royals money a year golden green for our game Amanfo Park. Kakrebi and Kwachina before the game, you made in command sana Yakomanpong. My first game, why we need
never draw.
Oh, okay. Now feeling it is Guadana. Is that the moment?
Yeah, good.
A good one.
Good.
Okay.
And Quarayum in an abo television da ya anwi say about television ba dey go course the hu ya say about your kwam
okay
the prepare won say na yesi ga mo kra ba so mo she nkra say mo ampa say boy ye ko anim ye ko ball draw
okay first game ko away
ko draw
okay
nti sa match ye ko boy e be kire djuma ebedi wo akansi ni mu
okay makase echina wa bese obekwohwe ball ni bi no man go so Akropong so ehumi echina meye mobilization organization na kaba ko wa bese okono gba yenyina ko na support Ofie Royals Amanfo Coronation Park 3 p.m. ana game no enso ebekọ so enti ano echina no pa yebedi game no mu nkomo penyifo from Ofie Royals beba na edi mu nkomo Golden Green forms mi amedie mu Miami DM yes PR appointment we are meeting down echina so ye kwa kwejire but ye beko enti Kofi echina be wuram ni ahwe game na ankasa ewo top game but ye be wuram we count on obia somra number support Ofie Royals echina 3 p.m. Amanfo Park enti ano that budget move budget won move budget won and you know echina no dam ye betena se na Amanfo ejaton de ne nkai bo kakra ono ono so atimi aba na se kese confirm amabeja for executive producer Yera Kwakubo atin sounds like Gideon go no sounds like Nana Kofi Okori Achaman K Brown DJ Weather Ziggy so womuna Super Poto Pro by on Facebook also nemo aye Swedro on monitor show no and so from then Zinuzuba anopay papa from Swedro Ziggy so on monitor from afar. There's Yinchi Omunyina. Me the Kelvin and Ponsedi. There's self-frame Akin so Major. So I go to your damia. So I transi and now I see I go see Ashes first. And I know so I was here. Maybe I fine.
Maybe I will call.